Glad you're all here. This is day number 394, and my name is Jordan Obias. I'm the founder of dayNumber. I've been documenting my journey for the last 394 days here on YouTube, and also since day number 170 on my own platform. And usually, what I talk about is what happens each day, and a topic related to it. So yeah, yesterday I started off the day with kind of like a structured day where I planned it out. I actually implemented, my 8 steps to success, or whatever, three keys to having a successful day every day, which is intention, knowing what you want and why you want it, taking 100% responsibility for it, and then number 2, action. Basically, being present throughout the day, maximizing your time, maximizing your resources, and then also maintaining your attitude, having that strength of character, like to keep doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the excitement of the decision that you made has passed, right? King Cookium, what's going on? Welcome. And then number 3 is mindset. Mindset is, basically have fun. You want to be able to have fun with the journey and the process along the way, So that's one of the key things that I realized. So I did apply it yesterday, and then I set my target. Okay, I'm gonna do 600 in sales today. I'm gonna be present and have fun, and then I blocked off my day within 2-hour increments. Like, okay, from 9 to 11, I'm gonna do this. And that seemed to work with me. So yeah, like I did that yesterday, but I got the good momentum, in terms of the structure. I started replying to people on LinkedIn posts, but I never got to to reach out to founders, So that's something that I didn't do. But one of the things I wanted to share though and talk about is that, it's easy to nowadays to build a startup, to use AI to build something, and and you could probably build $1 billion company with one person nowadays, and I think there's already somebody who's done it. And at the same time, it could be very lonely as a founder as well. You could be, and being alone in this journey, is hard. When you have nobody that believes in your idea, believes in what you're building, nobody that really cares about what you're pursuing or anything like that. Even especially, let's say people around you they just don't get it. So it's hard for them to support you. Not that they don't want to support you, they just don't get it, right? And so there's gonna be many days like yesterday where you're trying to push yourself to do something that you need to do, and then you still can't do it, and you might get down on yourself. And that's what I've done many times. I get down on myself for not following through on what I say I'm gonna do, right? And that's really the thing that we have to embrace, is that we're gonna go through those times and go through those times of like thinking like we're gonna give up, we're not gonna make it. But all right, you guys, nice jacket here. Let me catch up. Kyler Block plays, welcome. Hello, nice jacket there, thank you. Sir Phil, you are beautiful and I love you guys too. Kyler Block says kind of looks like mine but black. King Cookium says, yo guys, yo King Cookium, I remember, can you read this? Yes, we can read this. Welcome guys, welcome. Yeah, so there's gonna be times where you're gonna feel like you want to give up, and I know I've said this message many times, but it hit home for me yesterday and even this morning. I was like, I always think about it. I don't know what my title on my videos are gonna be until like right when I'm about to make it. I don't plan this out. Maybe I should, I don't know. But I feel like just sharing whatever is true for me. And yeah, definitely there's been many times where I felt like giving up, on this journey over the last 394 days. And, I keep showing up because I know my mission is bigger than, whatever it is that I'm going through, right? Both personally, and everything, and I'm doing this to inspire others to have you guys, whoever's watching, to keep going no matter what, right? There's been, so Refi says hi because my is in Mackards. Okay. Your eyes and your back hurts. Okay. Hey, Maxie. Maxie boy. We're out here. It's cloudy today. Yeah, so, that's one of the key things is that I'm going to start applying the principles that I've learned over the last, since 2012 when I started going B2B. I think there was a company, the company that I work for came from a larger company called Sidcore. And Sidcore basically does direct sales for like different clients. And they have a whole system of how to like basically start off as a person that goes business to business, then builds a team, then eventually builds an office. And essentially they had something called the 8 steps to having a successful day every single day. And honestly, applying those 8 steps in that business that I learned this from, back in 2012, led me to pretty much building a team of I think 10 people, and then was leading an office of 40 people most days, and then training people every single day. So Max, hold on. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just throwing out this in the garbage here. Hold on one second. Trying to do this while I'm holding the phone. Carla Blocks Play says, hello, Max. Yes, Mr. Shiomana, Max. Here, people want to see you. People want to see you. Not me. They don't want to hear me yap. They don't want to hear Jordan yap. This is the magic. Max. Magic Max. It's Magic Max. Magic Max. Magic Max. Look at the skies here, guys. You guys want to play soccer? We'll go live stream soccer right here. Who's down? Who's down to come? Hamilton, Ontario, guys. Or basketball, live stream basketball with Max. Max loves playing basketball. Oh, he'll go crazy for those balls down there. He doesn't. He'll not let you take it away from him. He definitely won't. So, anyways, guys. Yeah, if you're feeling like quitting, I don't know. If you're building something, it's hard. It's hard to build alone, and especially if nobody's understanding your idea, you might have the craziest idea in the world to others, or even to yourself. But you think it's possible somehow, because of your sheer belief in yourself, and also how much you want to solve that problem. I mean, let's say, something really affected, somebody that you knew. Let's just say, I don't know, somebody committed suicide, and now you're like, man, I want to help people with mental health, right? So you go in that field and you go in that direction, and you feel like, you can cure whatever it is that's causing, poor mental health for, let's say, young men, right? And you build maybe an app, to help with that. But people think, yeah, an app that's gonna help with mental health, yeah, right, but and then you might not even be making money from it, right? So I don't even know what it is that what it is that you're building that you seems impossible. But when you're doing it alone, because you can, and given the resources that you might have access to, maybe building it alone is your only option, right? At this point, that of, So I would say number one, yeah, focus on, like I said, the three keys that I learned back then when I first learned these principles that I'm applying to myself now every single day breaks down to 3 keys. Intention. Okay, that's number one. Intention, knowing what you want and why you want it. So I wrote down, I set a goal, sales target for raising $600 yesterday, which I did. I hit it. Because I broke down my overall goal monthly. I'm like, okay, what do I need? What do I want in terms of my monthly goal. And then where's this also going to lead to? And the bigger, like there was like a bigger vision behind it, right? And then secondly, action. A is for action. Basically maximizing your day. Don't take too many breaks. Like, stay on point. Use all the time that you have, and then maximizing your resources. Follow up every single lead, right? Talk to everyone. Pitch everyone. Like, you never know who you're gonna raise money from. And then strength of character, which is following through on the decision that you made long after the excitement of the moment has passed. Because throughout the day, you're going to get told no many times when you're going after, let's say, raising money, whether you're selling something. It's all a form of like raising cash for your business, right? When you bring in revenue, what happens? You stack the revenue. It raises, right? It goes up, right? It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and then it goes down, right? But for the most part, it's slowly building up. So anyways, throughout the time, you're going to be talking to a lot of people and you're going to go through a lot of no's. There's going to be some days where you get a lot of yeses in the beginning and then it slows down. Then you get a couple of yeses at the end. And then it's going to be spread out throughout the day another time. And then another day, it's not going to come till the end. And sometimes those are the hardest days, the character building days where you're like, okay, you know what? I know that I didn't get my target yet. It's almost at the end of the day, but I know somehow I'm still going to hit it. I just have to keep, And that's the third thing is mindset, which is ultimately have fun. If you have fun, Kyler Block says, bro's biting the thing in his neck. Yeah, Dakota, Jason Harig says hi. Ethan probably says hi. What's up? Welcome. Hold on 1 second here. Max says hi. People say hi. Yeah. So applying those three things, if we really break it down to the core fundamental thing is like, have your target, know where you're going, right? Define it, right? Actually know what it is. If it's a number, it's a number, and there's a reason behind it, right? Number two is be present throughout the day, and anything that you're doing, give it your full attention, right? And I think that's what will allow you to do those things of, maximizing your time, maximizing your resources, and maintaining that strength of character, your attitude. And then also the third thing is just have fun, right? And that does break down into, be prepared mentally and physically. So if you mentally prepare yourself for the day, knowing that, okay, I know I'm going to talk to a lot of people today, and some people are going to tell me yes, some people are going to tell me no. And even if you don't get anything today, I'm still going to have fun, And then you physically prepare. Maybe, it's going to rain. Okay, wear a raincoat, okay? That's why I got this different jacket, right? Just in case. And then also, health-wise, go for a walk, like what I'm doing. Walk with me daily, guys. Look at the sky here. Beautiful. Kyler Block plays, there's like a song that is called My Turn. One more time, my turn. Like, bro, I'm stressed. Well, it is your turn now. It's your turn to make an impact in this world. And that's what God's saying. God's saying it's your turn. It's your turn. You see all these people doing something that you wish you could do, or that you that are impacting the world in a way, or living their life, living their truth. Living their purpose, basically. Now it's your turn to live your purpose. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Shout out to everybody that was here. Kyler Blocks Plays, Dakota, Ashington, Ethan, Progme, King Cookium, Refi, Sarah Mafil. Thank you guys again. Remember those three things. Know what you want, be present in everything that you do, and have fun. Have fun along the way. Have fun with the process. And watch your days. If you have a successful day, meaning successful is you're doing your life on purpose. Like you're fulfilling your purpose, whatever that is for you. You're doing what you set out to do. and you're having fun at it and you're present, right? So if you have one successful day and you have that 7 times in a row, that's a successful week. And then after you have a successful week, you do that 4 times in a row, that's a successful month. And then you do that 12 times in a row, that's a successful year. And then you do that year after year after year, and you'll have a successful life. So that's, I think I heard that from Ed Foreman, who was a sales trainer and a businessman, right? So he started training people success principles after he was already a multi-millionaire in the oil and gas business and real estate. And he trained until he was like in his late 80s, with Kevin Trudeau as well. So anyways, guys, have a good rest of your day.